Oh, is she lovely? Do you like Nana Muscuri?
Never heard of her.
You never heard of her? She was my childhood sweetheart. I drooled as she appeared on screen with her ample femininity and pulchritude. I thought she was a deadly woman. She was lovely. A Greek woman, wonderful singer. And she was, I grew up with on a diet of Nana Muscuri. You know?
What sort of music? Opera?
When the white rose blooms again, I will love you, I shall love you. No, it's not very impressive, but
That is.
if you could think of me,
good.
if you could see me in a long dress with a heaving bosom and singing, when the white rose blooms again. Why am I doing this? You're here in serious business. This is Feilim McCoy. Now, websites. You're a man of website technology, and you know about these things. You know how to do it. I've never really mastered websites because in order to do it right, you need to get a man like you to do it, and then you need to maintain it, and you need to keep it up. What's the broad principle of approach to website design?
Well, people think that maybe once you create a website that might be it, but it's a lot more than that. It has to be maintained, it has to be worked at. Because obviously there's rankings and stuff in terms of Google as to where your website will come.
Yes.
So you have to work at it. There's different techniques for being able to move your website up for different terms.
Yeah.
So, for example, if you're a physio in Newry, for example, is one website that we've done recently.
You did the wonderful website for
Steve.
My Bike and Back man,
Yes.
Steve Eccles.
Yes.
Who's here every week.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah, that's huge. So was he bringing individual kind of little morsels for you to weave into the whole thing?
Well, yes, we sort of work together. It's like a partnership. You would work and like I would give him ideas, but it's sort of their ideas as to how the website would look, and I give him sort of ideas as to how it should be laid out and stuff, and what would work best in terms of when a visitor goes on, what they tend to do, and basically what you're trying to make them do. So it's sort of like a partnership working together. And as I said, once the website's up, you have to sort of work at it a wee bit by adding on fresh content.
Yeah.
And that'll help the website move up.
So you're doing it, how often would you do that? Once a month or 6 weeks, 2 months?
At least maybe once a month.
Once a month, you would do that.
Yeah.
So you need to be you need to have your head latched into the technology to know that this is not going to sit there and wait to be, when it's picked up, it needs to be all singing, all dancing.
Yeah.
And it mustn't bore anybody.
No. Unless it's a new idea, a brand new idea that people hear about and just directly go looking for your website.
Yeah.
Then it probably, if it goes into a marketplace where there are a lot of other competitors, then it obviously has to be worked at.
Yeah. What's the trick in getting high up on the Google hit list?
There's loads of different techniques, but one of the main ones is fresh content.
Fresh content.
To be able to put on fresh content onto your website.
And if you're doing that, and is it a qualitative judgment that Google makes? Do they know what your website looks like or what?
Yeah, they would have little robots that go and visit your website on a regular basis. And so these robots are obviously programmed to look for different signals in websites, and one of them would be fresh content, and you can put in different things in the back end of a website. There's a different place where a website's set up and you can put in like key terms and things, which is called meta tags.
Yeah.
And this helps obviously you to come up for those particular terms. So there's various techniques. Or else you can just cheat the system and you can do the paid advertising.
Oh, and what does that have? How do you do that?
Well, if you ever go onto Google or any other search engines, you'll see the top searches. The top 3 searches will be paid websites.
Yeah.
So they actually, every time anybody clicks on their website, it'll actually cost them money each time.
Oh, and that's a fair amount of money, is it?
It depends again on the market that they're in, how competitive it is. So the more competitive it is, it would be dearer. So it could be, on average, something from about £1 to maybe up to £10 in certain cases. Yeah, for one hit.
So if I'm doing a website and going forward, I need to garner all my photography, all my images.
Yeah.
And I would almost guess nothing in huge wadges of writing needs to be easily accessible, bite-sized chunks.
Well, the way it's going now, it seems as if more people are more interested in videos and images.
Yeah.
So, as you know yourself, people go onto websites maybe and only spend a few seconds. If they see something that they don't like, they'll maybe flick away straight away.
Absolutely.
So, it needs to be engaging. And videos seem to be the way it's going.
The way it's going, yeah.
And a lot of websites. So.
Okay, how do people contact you?
Well, they can contact Destination Newry.
At Destination, we do it in Destination Newry. We make your website.
So the website name's called DestinationNewryWebsites.com. So
DestinationNewryWebsites.com. That's where they get you.
That's it.
I know it's a big, how long is a piece of string? But if I'm budgeting and I want, what sort of money is it going to cost? Roughly, without tying you down to anything.
Yeah, well, for a 5-page, something up to about 10 pages is going to cost about £700.
£700.
And the way that is paid is £350 up front and then £350 when it's ready.
Yeah.
And then after that, you would pay a monthly fee.
A monthly fee?
Of £30.
And why do you pay the monthly fee?
You pay that for your server, for the website to be hosted on a server.
Yeah.
And we have a Linux server, which is one of the best servers that your website can be on, which means that it'll never go down. It'll be protected against viruses and spam, which is very important. You don't want anybody being able to ruin your website and all the work that you've done. We also pay for your domain registration, where you pick your name and you have to renew this each year. So we would do that for you so that it's never missed.
So basically, it's something to be taken seriously.
It is, yeah.
That's a great tool for any business.
It is. I think in this day and age that most businesses would need a website. The way things are going with smartphones and smart TVs, everybody is on Google all the time now.
Yeah, they are. It's so easy.
It is, and it's becoming more and more obviously popular in terms of people going on their phones and stuff. You know.
You probably hate me. I still use a dictionary, and I write with a pen that I dip into an inkwell, and I write like that, and then I'll put. I'd put a stamp on it with a wax seal and stuff like that. But these are the things that could feed into a good website. You could see me sitting in my armchair with a quill.
Exactly.
Just writing it and then melting the wax and then stamping it and saying, this is the way it's done. The old-fashioned way. None better.
And who do you be writing to?
People of importance.
Oh, right.
I would never, people who, I'll tell you, everyone's of importance. Say, who are my importances? My importance, I remember writing a letter once to an entire classroom of children. And I wrote a separate letter to each child. Because when I was running News and Current Affairs on the BBC, I had sent a reporter up to do a story on a school that was introducing a new program of peaceful and hopefulness and all the rest. But there was a bomb went off.
Oh, God.
And the story got dumped. And each of the children wrote to me and said, we were so disappointed. You came and you filmed and you didn't put it out. And it was dreadful. And you put bad news out and you didn't. That's who I write to.
Very
Each
good.
individual letter got the individual reply.
Very good.
And when people would actually give me, as they do, God bless them, assistance with my school program in Africa and my projects in India, these are lovely people, good people. And if you take the trouble to sit down and write a beautiful letter, take your time to do it, you're giving those people time. You're not going,
I know.
You know what I'm saying to you? But even that, you know, to the creative mind, to your mind, that's the stuff that can make a lovely website.
I know, that's right.
Because it shows a certain quality, a certain approach, and all the rest of it.
Yeah, and it's something different, isn't it? So.
DestinationNewry.com.
DestinationNewry.com or Destination Newry websites. There's a link on DestinationNewry.com as well.
Aye, two websites. This is where you come for your website. We are going to website you today. And now we're going to play you some music, and we're going to do you John Denver, Rocky Mountain High.